Automotive, what's happening with automotive for you? I mean, you got the Flexus and the coal fire line. Can you elaborate upon that? What's happening with those right now?
Well, let me talk at a high level about the automotive industry. It's pretty incredible just how much electronics have continued to drive change in the automotive industry, as well as how much semiconductors have represented in the evolution of electronic systems.
Right.
Quite a number of years ago, electronics in a car was 1 or 2% of the overall value of the car. That's up to over 20% of the value is now in electronics, and it's everywhere. As you know, it's the body, it's the chassis, it's the entertainment, it's the navigation systems, it's safety, and so forth. And the interesting thing here at Freescale is that we're involved in all of those, but not just involved. We are an absolute leader in many of those areas, and as a result, we have very deep relationships with the major. We have clearly with the car manufacturers, but also with the major suppliers of electronic componentry. And these are markets in which really understanding what it is that needs to be done 5 years out requires a tremendous amount of financial strength of a corporation to do that, because products that we are designing today and products that we're trying to win designs on today will not go into production and start to generate revenue for 3, 4, 5 years in the main.
The long tail, right?
Very long tail, right? And so our customers understand they need to do business with suppliers that they can have confidence are going to be able to continue to invest at a very, very healthy clip for a long period of time. And so that provides us this leadership position that we have, and have had now for quite a number of years, feeds on itself. And the customers that I've spoken to tell me just that. They say, we have a great deal of respect for your technical competence, and we have trust that you guys are going to listen to our requirements, that you're going to invest in what is needed to deliver on those requirements, despite the fact that you're not going to see the fruit of that investment in the form of revenue and profits for 5 years or so. And so this strength on the part of our corporation has been developed over many years, and I believe it's very powerful and will continue on for many years to come.
Just before we get back into the technology aspect again with the Flexus, I want to sort of elaborate upon that for a second. People are relying on Freescale's technology ability, right, which is very strong and very well established over a number of years, right? But that's fine at a certain engineer-to-engineer level, but on Wall Street that tends to not be the case. They want to see a quarterly return on some investment.
Yes.
And currently there is sort of a bit of a dark cloud hanging over Freescale. So how do you plan to satiate the demand from Wall Street to reassure them that you're going to have continued growth going forward? They don't really care about the long tail. They want to see their returns next month.
Yes. Well, I think the fact of the matter is, for a company to be successful, a semiconductor company to be successful, it needs to decide on businesses that can generate returns in a reasonable period of time. I'd say that a short period of time would be 18 to 24 months.
Right.
But it also needs to invest in markets that are going to have a more stable return. And the longer, the markets that require investments that take longer to pay out also have more stability. So while Wall Street doesn't like to see any kind of serious dip in the success of a company, it does like to see this underlying basis for business that shows nice, steady profit. So part of my efforts with the team will be around the idea of, okay, which of the businesses are we investing in to deliver long-term returns?
Right.
Which ones deliver medium-term returns? Which ones deliver short-term returns? And so I see, for example, in some of the things that we've done recently with the acquisition of Sigmatel, we have put that together with our own applications processor family.
AMX line, right?
Right, exactly. And so here is a business. It's a modest-sized business, but the fact of the matter is it operates in the consumer space by and large. Some of our designs go into automotive, but even the ones that go into automotive, this is an area, if they're consumer-like applications, they do go into production. in a relatively short period of time. So we can start to get a return, even in the automotive space, in 2 years, if it's associated with a user experience inside the car. But the bulk of that part of our business is aimed at the consumer space. Things
Right.
like LCD TVs, things like digital still cameras, things like these universal UMPCs, ultra mobile PCs,
Right,
and so
right.
forth, that are part consumer products, part computing products. So that's an area that we're going to be investing in because it represents an area that will provide us with growth opportunities in a more modest
Pretty
period
short
of time.
term, right?
Okay. Then we have others, and I would put, well, there are some, for example, that microcontrollers. Microcontrollers go into such a broad range of areas, and we have them that go into automobiles, but we also have them that go into industrial applications, and we have them that go into consumer applications. So when the microcontrollers go into consumer applications, we can see that relatively short-term
Right,
return
right.
as well.
Mhm.
Then you get the medium-term microcontrollers. The network processor business, I would say, is medium-term, 3 to 4 years or so. And then the automotive is more like 5 years. So I see us finding a balance of the investment portfolio of our company to make sure that we have things that will help us in the next several years, things that will help us a little bit further out, and things that will help us in the long term.
Like bonds versus stocks type thing, right? Quick turnaround versus long-term growth, right?
Exactly.